Hello, my name is Aidan Hayes, and I will be speaking on how privatization has failed in America. But firstly, the second point on the pros of privatization, that the sale of state-owned assets can raise money for spending, is a weak argument. It is true that this one-off sale can make money quickly for the government, however, it is simply a one-time benefit. The idea that these public companies should be sold for quick cash is not sustainable. It also does not hold the future interests of the country in mind. Through selling these companies, a country will lose the future profits and dividends of these once public services. These will instead go to private shareholders. The money made from these public companies can be used to support the country long term and to maintain the services themselves. Privatization is extremely common in the United States, the most important example being the private healthcare system. There are hundreds of healthcare insurance companies in the United States which offer varying levels of coverage. To be fully covered, a customer must pay for the highest package available consistently. Insurance companies also offer more affordable packages, however, these do not fully cover the customer, meaning that in certain situations, the patient might still have to pay for 20% or more of a treatment costing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Why do insurance companies not offer one type of coverage which covers all bases? Well, because these are for-profit companies who are looking for customers and not patients. Due to the competition and monopolies created by privatization, these companies can afford to charge more for a service which they know people will pay for because they need it. It was only in 2010, with the introduction of Obamacare, that people with pre-existing health conditions could even apply for healthcare. Why is this? Well, because why would a for-profit company want to insure someone who they already know is going to cost money to help? Another byproduct of the competition created through privatization is the negative effect it has had on administrative inefficiency. Due to the large variation of insurance companies, treatment plans, and hospital insurance links, a large amount of time and money is wasted on administration. Money which could have been spent on doctors performing treatments for those who need it is instead spent on the time it takes to coordinate different insurance providers to the patient and the procedure. What is the alternative to health insurance? One popular alternative to health insurance is simply not to have any coverage at all. According to the US Census Bureau in 2007, nearly 46 million people in the United States did not have health insurance. Some people can be covered through benefit packages with their jobs. However, when these jobs are lost, people are left to fend for themselves. The health of these people deteriorate much faster than someone with health insurance, as they will not visit doctors due to the cost being extremely expensive. If you do not have health insurance and you have an accident or become extremely sick, you will still be treated and then sent an invoice so that you may attempt to cover the cost of the care you just received. According to the BBC, 62% of bankruptcies in the United States are caused by higher health costs. This is due to the medical debt accumulated by people who cannot afford expensive insurance packages or any insurance at all. It is not just healthcare, however, that is privatized in the United States. The government has sold various human service agencies to private companies. The partnering of these human service agencies with private and for-profit companies in order to exploit vulnerable populations for revenue can also be defined as the poverty industrial complex. That is the systematic approach of using impoverished families to create a profitable industry. An example of this is highlighted in the recent Netflix docuseries, The Trials of Gabriel Fernandez, when a security guard is encouraged not to report a case of child abuse due to overtime costs. The private organization in charge of this office, Maximus, was hired by the LA County to run a government service at a cut cost rate. As a result of this and many other systematic failures, the child in question lost his life due to child abuse and was killed by his parents. When sold to private companies, public services become more expensive to gain access to, whilst the money put into them decreases. Privatization has caused failures in America.